戦場へ向かいましょう。GA ロード、じゃなかった。モビルスーツ隊は出撃お願いします。作戦スタートです。
Hello everyone, this is Ninja Guy underscore 12 here, bringing you a match in the R-Jarja. Normally when I take this thing out, I usually do quite horrible, but this was one of the few times I actually did pretty well, so I hope you will be entertained by this match, hopefully. And, obviously, before we continue, if you guys want to know the colors so that you can use them yourself, which are just my personal colors, but if you want to use them yourself, you could always ask me what the colors are on the comment section down below, or on my Discord server. Link to that's in the description, and if you want to make any GB02 request videos this month, you can always ask me on my Discord server. Now, the R-Jarja is a 500-point raid at level 1, goes to level 3 at 600, and I know that because I've gotten all 3 levels, conveniently mostly through recon crates. Surprisingly, I keep getting it constantly in my silver crates. It's kinda annoying. But it is still a very fun raid. Don't get me wrong, I would love to take this thing at 600, but I don't even have the higher level beam rifle for this thing yet, so until then I'm not gonna really bother with the 600 costs. Besides, I have some other suits I can use at 600 costs anyway, like the Mark II. But regardless, this is still a very fun raid, and suit in general. I would love to get better with this, because I really do love the R-Jarja. It is quickly becoming one of my favorite raids to use, for sure. So, let's kind of talk about the weapons. It will be brief, because I did talk about them before on my last commentary on the R-Jarja, so just to quickly recap, we have the EPAC charging beam rifle, which does quite well. You obviously could charge very quickly, or you could just spam all 10 shots. It doesn't matter. Honestly, you will still stagger people. And you do quite a bit of damage, so it's quite nice. You have the beam sword, or I think it's beam saber, beam sword, energy sword. I don't know. It could be any of those things, but basically it's basically has like a little sheath thing which is used to actually charge the weapon when it's not in use. So obviously to, you know, be at full power at all times, or just increase damage, I guess. That does fairly decent damage. The melee animations are quite easy, you know, it's just like standard slash, sideways attacks, and then a poke with the downswing. And then finally you have, well, not finally, you also have the missiles in the shoulders, which are quite OP, honestly. They're probably one of the most broken things about this, if it wasn't for the beam rifle already. That thing is really good. It is a crazy good sub-weapon on this thing. Really nice. And the fact that you could boost while shooting them is also a really nice feature, of course, just so you can get that nice damage in. Very cool. I got cut in half, or blown up in half, I can't tell anymore. Then finally the last weapon you have is the bayonet, or the heat bayonet on the rifle, which technically speaking, you should be able to actually remove it from the rifle and just use it as a handheld weapon. But in this instance, you can't, so it's just on the beam rifle permanently. It does a lot of damage, for sure, and you can also do 3 hits with it as well, so with both the melee weapons, you can do 3 hits. It's quite nice. And they do a lot of damage, for sure. Now, there is not much I want to add, because obviously I talked about this before. I don't want to get too repetitive, but Like I said, this is a very fun mobile suit, and the design of it is also really growing on me a lot. I'm really loving the R-Jarja. It's quickly becoming one of my favorite designs from Double Zeta. Right up there with the Doben Wolf, the Dryzen, the Bao Wu, and the Double Zeta. Like, those are my favorites right there. And obviously this is no exception now. I mean, the only thing I really don't like at this point, I started to like everything else, but really the only thing I don't really like is the way the beam rifle looks. Like, the front half I'm okay with, it's just like the back half of the rifle is where I kinda don't really like it. And technically, whenever we get the Saku 3 mass production type, not the Saku 3 custom, but the mass production version, this that thing I think also uses the exact same beam rifle as this thing. So if and when we'll ever get the Zaku 3, expect that suit to also wield this really OP rifle. But still, like, I love everything else about the design, for sure. Just the beam rifles kind of irks me. The colors also, the default colors of the R-Jarja are kind of like McDonald's colors. So if you don't like McDonald's branding, or just don't like red and yellow together, best you come up with a different color scheme. There is the Twilight Axis version. I do also have a color scheme of that, if you want to actually use that one as well. You could always ask me that. Obviously, I could just send a picture to you if you want to actually, see it for yourself, and see if you want to ask me about it. Because, obviously, the standard colors kind of suck, to be honest. But that's just Double Zeta for you. Double Zeta was just an awkward show. Which I guess at this point I could just might as well talk about Double Zeta for the rest of the time, because I don't have much else to add about this suit. Now, Double Zeta was a very awkward show. Basically, you ask anyone about that, it is very awkward. It is. Everyone knows at this point that the first half was awful, the second half gets better, which is the exact opposite of how Gundam Seed Destiny was. Gundam Seed Destiny was good for the first, 5 episodes, and then it tanked for the next, 45 episodes. So there was some dumb moments in the good episodes anyway, but still, it was basically the opposite of Double Zeta. And Double Zeta had a lot of weird moments, and obviously making a lot of the kind of serious characters of jokes, and I didn't really appreciate that, but obviously that changed once we get to the second half of the show, when we get to different opening, which I love the opening to the second half of Double Zeta. Even the first opening for Double Zeta is quite nice, even if it's just telling me that Double Zeta was actually a real event in real life. So if you guys didn't know, yeah, Double Zeta, it actually happened in our history. It wasn't an anime, it was reality. But regardless, Double Zeta could be improved for sure. I don't know if we'll ever get a dub of that, but well, I mean, technically we did, but not an actual official one that is, modern and has some actual modern voice acting techniques. But hopefully in the future we will. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and commentary, and I will see you guys in the next video. Talk to you all later.
今回の戦闘報酬です。